Hello, I'm recording a not very scripted video here. I'm posting this sort of footage that I recorded in 2019 on the Lords of Minecraft server. I've had it on my computer for a while, and I just decided I might as well do a little bit of talking over it because there's nothing really going on, and just kind of post it out there for people to see, I guess. It's not like there isn't footage of the server because the people in charge of the server recorded videos all the time, but I thought that it would be nice to maybe just show some of my own footage where I go through all of my books that I wrote on the server. Some of them were like kind of diaries, some of them were notes from role plays, and some of them are also books from other people. And then I also walk around my own plot just to show what my plot was. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm just doing in this video for a while, and let me kind of just, I guess I might as well like explain the server just for anyone who is coming here randomly and has no idea what Lords of Minecraft is or was. I'll put some screenshots up while I show this instead of covering up the video and all that. But basically, Lords of Minecraft was a Minecraft roleplay server. It originally started on Play Minecraft and then got separated into its own thing. It was created by Bruce Willikers, or Rob, and it was him along with numerous people from his kind of collective group, the Buffalo Wizards, all kind of role-playing these characters that were lords in charge of districts in a kingdom. And they would make videos and role-play on the server, and the server itself was full of people who could play for free and just roleplay as peasants in whatever district they wanted to. You could get gold and rent plots and just, you know, be a part of the whole kingdom and roleplay with other people and get semi-involved in some of the events that the lords that were doing on the server during their videos and stuff. So the server was pretty big, honestly. Like, a lot of people were on it, and I was on it pretty religiously from when it started until it pretty much like dwindled and stopped being a thing. And so this video was recorded in 2019, and I just kind of go through all that stuff again. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. The server itself was just like a blast. Like, I really loved the whole concept. It was loads of fun. It was really good, you know. I mean, it wasn't the smoothest ride in terms of roleplay. I mean, I can't imagine the struggles of planning role plays around a server with hundreds of players that were not people you could control easily. It was fun, but it was certainly a difficult ride sometimes. A lot of its being involved in it was kind of sitting back and watching, which is understandable. Considering the angle of trying to make your own content and your own videos and being in charge of the server. But regardless, I had a lot of fun being a part of the district that I was in for most of my time. I was in the Dwarven district, and I owned a hospital, which I will show in this video. And I was more involved. I got more involved in the council eventually when I ended up getting elected to being a council member myself for my job as being a doctor in the district. I did a lot of little role plays with people where I was doing doctor things and whatnot. I didn't get crazy involved with like trying to be super up in involved with like what the lords were doing. It was one of those things where I just sat back and watched myself because I was a shy person anyways. But it was loads of fun being a part of the server, and the people that I met during the Dwarven district was just, they were all very great, and it was loads of fun. I remember joining I think I remember joining a server for some of the council members that we had made ourselves, and that was lots of fun. In the description, I'm going to also put a link to a folder of all the screenshots that I took. So you can just go and sort through those yourself. There's so many screenshots, and it's hard to even begin to describe all the stuff that happened on the server. So, like, you can go through those pictures and see things that I was around, some of the events that I was involved in, some of the council meetings and whatnot. There's almost 1,000 screenshots in my Minecraft folder, so there's a lot. There's many things that you can go through. So yeah, go feel free to do that. And if you're watching this video and you happen to have been someone who was on Lords of Minecraft, I'd love to know. I'm not like connected to anyone who was on that server back then, so I always love hearing when people were actually on the server, and if you're still around and stuff, because it was a good time. I really miss the people that I met on that server at the time. As you can see right now through the rest of the video, I'm just going through some more books. There's some journals and stuff here where I've dated some of the pages, and I sadly did not keep up with a journal very well at all. I kind of lost track of it very quickly, and the times that I wrote in it were very sporadic. So sadly, it's not a very good resource for things that I ended up doing on the server. But now I'm looking at my plot where I ended up buying this plot before you could only rent plots, because there was a point where they took away the ability to buy plots, and that was because they could be left behind and never taken down. And that's what happened to my plot, because I bought the plot with 2 other people also on the plot itself, which meant that when I left the plot, it didn't go away because 2 other people were technically still on the plot and technically owned it. So that plot is just kind of there forever, which is cool, I guess, for my case, but means that I can go back to it. I just cannot access anything. But yeah, you can see I built a little bit of a hospital, and I didn't do too much in terms of building. It was pretty bare, but this is the hospital that I have that's not too far from the community district plot, and it's mostly, all of the floors are mostly underground, because in the Dwarven district, each of the districts had slight quirks with their building plots and what you could use in them. That's why the palette's very limited. You only had certain blocks to use. Lucky me, I left the doors open for most of it, because I can't access doors on this plot either. But basically, you could build very deep underground if you were in the Dwarven district. So that's why most of the floors are underground. And so you go from the normal lobby to a room with beds to a storage room, and then this very bottom floor was supposed to be like extra high containment or something like that. I don't know, something like that. We put some people in here when there was a bit of a role play someone started, which I believe you could see in one of the books that I typed in. There was a little bit of like a plague roleplay that someone was doing, and that was the thing that was fun, was that people just can put their own roleplays. The server was not 100% following like everything that the lords were doing, in the sense that like the only thing happening was what the lords were doing. It was stuff that the lords were doing affected the entire world, but everyone kind of had their own things going on too, a lot of their own personal roleplays, and a lot of the districts kind of ended up growing because of people's own role plays that they came up with. So it was really fun, the community coming up with their own ideas. And yeah, so from here, I think I'm just gonna hop over to one of the I think to the marketplace. There were a lot of items that were custom in the server. Stuff like this that took you to certain areas. There was like a certain like warp. There's warp pads that take you different places, and that got implemented a bit later. That wasn't always a thing. But you can see here as I go over some of the locations that you can go to. I think I was at the job center. I was at the job center, and then I teleport to the market district. Just taking a quick little look around. I didn't record much else on the server. I think I just ran around my own personal stuff, because like I said, this was part of a YouTube series that the lords did on their own. So there's definitely footage out there of this server. It's not hard to find at all. I just wanted to do my own personal run around of looking at my own things, my money, which I was starting to become kind of poor later on because I wasn't really playing as much. Yeah, so I kind of just only go over my own personal things. After going through my books, I just checked on my money, and also I go and take a look over here at my storage just to see what I had, I guess. which is, as you can see, not much. I had a lot of those crates, which were something that they handed out at a certain point, and I just never opened them. I had no reason to open them, really. So they kind of were just there as in that state, I guess. And then the other thing was the cards. They had trading cards. I don't really remember, there wasn't really too much of a point to these other than the fact that they were artwork and that some of them were more rare than others. And they didn't have like stats or moves or anything, but I go over them here in a moment. They do have like some rarities and numbers and stuff on them, but that's kind of, they're mostly just artwork. So a lot of this artwork, I recognize all of the artists for them. I followed a lot of them back in the day, but a lot of them are just, they're all pretty much just characters from the Lords of Minecraft universe. But yeah, that's kind of pretty much all that I had, I believe, in terms of my own personal items. So not too much to show here. I do kind of wish I ran around the entire server a bit more, but again, there isn't really a huge point to doing that, because I do think the server is technically online still, and I know I'm not the only one who has recorded footage out there. So yeah, that's kind of all of my stuff on the server. I again will share some screenshots in the description if anyone is curious of looking at some more personal screenshots. There's probably a lot more cool stuff that I took pictures of and in the screenshots that I have, because those were taken during like the moments of events and stuff. And I was at quite a few events, and some of them too were peasant-only events that people just came up with themselves, and council meetings and stuff. So I do highly suggest taking a look at those if you're curious about some more of the goings-ons that happened within the server, or you can go and look at stuff that happened in the videos from the people who made videos for the server, because I don't know, they're probably good still. It's been a long time, and it's mostly nostalgic to me now. But might as well take a look if you're curious. I do think this server was loads of fun. I do wish that I kind of wish I could have an experience like that all over again, because it was very unique for the time, and I feel like you could probably manage something like that a lot better these days. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. That's kind of the entire thing that I had to show. And yeah, so if you were out there and you played on the server, you should let me know, because I'd love to hear from some people who used to play on this server. It was lots of fun being around. So thanks for taking a look at this. Bye.